Good morning. My name is Nowakowski. I work here for the Aurora Ministries audio Bibles for the blind. We have 3 full-time employees and about maybe 100 volunteers on the list. And I hope that some of you will be potential volunteers for the future for this ministry. And we will be showing you today the whole process from the very beginning, maybe from the recording studio, and step by step as these cassettes and discs are produced and finalized into the products that go to different countries and different languages. And we'll also show you the map of the countries that we serve. I believe it's over 130 countries that we have already served to the blind and those who are low vision, unable to read. We are now standing in front of a map of the world, and you see all these different pins, different colors and combination of colors that represent different languages that we have. At this moment, we provide 75 languages that are available to in different countries for those who are unable to read. And some of the spots that are not pinned, like these Muslim countries that are refusing our products, even if they sign the international agreements that are supposed to be delivered free of charge to those who are blind. Now Siberia, as you see, is scarcely populated, but what I remember when I first came, here is Poland, and all these communist countries, this what they used to call the Iron Curtain. There were no pins at all because they were forbidden to have their own Bible. So since the communism collapsed, we see an explosion of requests from those countries that were closed for the gospel for so long. So we will proceed from here, and we'll go to, I'll show you the studio that we have so that you will be able to see how it begins. We are now in our studio where we record our languages, and you can see that it's a special sound absorbing tiles and the padded walls that prevent echoing too much in the room. So I remember when we did Polish, we had a pastor from Poland, his wife and myself. We were on the other side of the window, and the pastor was reading from here, and then we communicate through the intercom that you see here. I would say that 95% of the times the narrator finds his own mistakes. Any slightest mistake, like if he would say singular and it was plural, or names and genealogies that sometimes sound foreign and it's difficult to. So every single mistake would have to be corrected. So we were recording the Polish New Testament. It took about 2 weeks of hard work recording it and correcting and preparing the draft and then final copies that were finally edited and prepared on the MP3 formatted CDs, which we are using now as our masters. So this is the absolutely first stage for those who are nationals to come here and record. Then the next stage would be finalizing the masters with the computers and recording and making sure that all the hisses and any kind of noise that would be recorded can be removed by means of the computer programs that we have. Right now we are at the position that our technicians would work on the languages that have been recorded. I don't know if you see this representation of a voice in the graphic way that actually can be cleaned. I call it cleaned because any kind of noises, as we said, would be removed by this program that is right there on the computer. So the finalized version will be saved and recorded on a hard disk, which is a CD. And from there, we will be able to use the CD as a master, and then in the next stage, you will see how it is duplicated into many, many more copies. But this is what it looks like from the very beginning. We are now in our CD room. And in the CD room, we duplicate the Bible on MP3 formatted discs. This is the tower that produces 10 at a time, 10 discs. I put one master in one drawer, and 10 copies will be made, which takes about 2.5 minutes for 10, say, full 100% New Testament. The Old Testament takes 2 discs instead of 1. because it's of course much bigger portion of the Bible. Then we also have 2 printers. The printers will be keeping up with the production that the tower provides, and we are able to produce about 500 discs, or maybe even 600 discs easily during one shift, which is a wonderful addition, because it is a one-man operation, and it's much less expensive for the company than producing cassettes, which we will see in a moment. Now these are our duplicators, which are 100% controlled by the computer. You can see the computer here that is actually recording at this time the English New Testament, and the speed of the recording is 80:1. That means in the time frame of, say, one time you would play that cassette, it would record 80 copies at the same time, which you can play one time. Now on the side you can see that the duplicators are loaded with the blank tape, and there's a diagram that shows you how to go, and on this side it's already recorded. We have 6 slaves, which they call slaves, on each side. On one side we would have, say, odd numbers, and on the other side, where the computer also controls the other numbers, say even numbers. And each hub will have about 45 to 50 copies, the same numbers, say cassette number 1 through cassette number 16. And depending on the length, of course, it'll be from 45 to 50 copies on each hub. And once they are recorded, say we will run 1,000 of them, then they will go to the winders, from where it is wound into the cassettes individually at a speed of about 10 to 11 seconds per 1995-minute tapes. Now, these machines are state-of-the-art winders. You will see how automatic and computerized they are. Right now, for example, you will see Jose, who is our operator. This machine automatically changes. You see that one of the hubs finished, and it took over the bottom one. In the meantime, the operator is able to put the new hub on, so it is a continuous action that actually the machine can run without stoppage for the whole shift, or 3 shifts if we were working 3 shifts. Now, I will also show you how fast they are. It's about 10 to 11 seconds for a 1995-minute tape to be wound into the cassette. On this machine, you can see how quickly it goes from the recorded hub into the cassette. Now this little element is what I call the electronic ear, because it will hear at this speed the beginning, and it will also find where the end is. And this is, I understand, this recorded what they call a Q tone that the machine recognizes. When the Q tone comes, then it will stop at the exact moment where it's supposed to stop.